Good Tuesday evening, April 22nd, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A juvenile was arrested early Monday morning after being located near Leavenworth in a stolen vehicle with a passenger. The Eastmont High School Jazz Choir is celebrating a first-place win from Saturday's Jazz Unlimited competition in Pasco. Expect our weather to warm up tomorrow with temperatures 10 degrees above average by Thursday. I'll have your full local weather forecast straight ahead. Last year, fentanyl overdose accounted for 6.7% of all deaths in Chelan County. And 2024 was also a high watermark in the amount of fentanyl seized by police. In a report yesterday to the Chelan Douglas Health District, addiction recovery experts from the nonprofit group CAFE said the form of the narcotic in the four-county area is also changing. Police discovery of fentanyl powder is way up in Chelan, Douglas, Okanagan, and Grant counties, while the number of fentanyl tablet recovered has declined.
In 2020, 1,500 pills were seized throughout all the regions. 2021, it dipped back down to 824. In 2022, there was 44,443 pills seized. In 2023, 24,970 pills. And in 2024, 6,394 pills. For fentanyl powder, the numbers start off low. In 2020, the DNP stands for data not reported. In 2021, 26.9 grams of fentanyl powder was seized. 2022, 129.2 grams. 2023, 76.8 grams. And in 2024, 1,718.1 grams were seized. You can see that the pills, it was stagnant, went up, and then declined as the fentanyl powder made its way into our regions.
Eastmont School District's proposed amendment to place transgender athletes into a third open division failed during the Washington Interscholastic Activities Association Representative Assembly this month. The WIAA announced on Monday the open division proposal failed, 13 for votes to 40 votes against, and a separate amendment to limit participation in girls' sports to biological females failed at 31 votes in favor to 22 votes against. 32 votes are needed to make such changes for high school and middle level sports. Earlier this month, the WIAA said the two amendments would be advisory votes only after the state attorney general and Office for Civil Rights said the proposals violated Washington state law. The WIAA says despite the failure of the two proposals, the association remains committed to following state law. A juvenile was arrested early Monday morning after being located near Leavenworth in a stolen vehicle with a passenger. Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison says that at roughly 5:15 a.m., deputies located a vehicle reported stolen from Monroe heading westbound on Highway 2 with two suspects in the car. When the car turned down a dead-end road and both occupants fled on foot, deputies used a drone to locate and take them into custody. The juvenile passenger was unaware that the vehicle was stolen, and their parents were called to pick them up. The minor driver of the vehicle was arrested on suspicion of possession of a stolen vehicle, attempt to elude, and possession of stolen property in the third degree. The vehicle is being returned to its owner. Today marks 2 years since Travis Coleman was pronounced missing. Coleman was 39 years old when he was last seen in April of 2023, disappearing from his Wenatchee home into the foothills around the city. He had brown hair, brown eyes, and weighed 190 pounds at the time of his disappearance. Multiple search efforts, including at least one with drone assistance, have been conducted in the Wenatchee foothills over the past 2 years. Coleman is now presumed dead, and a celebration of life was held for him May 18th of last year. However, his remains have still not been located. Anyone with information related to Coleman is encouraged to contact Detective Hewitt at the Wenatchee Police Department. When we come back, 13th District State Representative Tom Dent was on hand Monday as 3 of his bills were signed into law by Governor Bob Ferguson. And the state has settled a long-running investigation into a Central Washington orcharding company. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Merry Maids can clean your entire home, business, or vacation rental from top to bottom, inside and out. Merry Maids will even take care of cleaning your carpets, and they can pressure wash your home. Merry Maids has thousands of happy customers. They've been cleaning homes and businesses in our valley for over 25 years. Check out their glowing reviews at merrymaidesofwenatchee.com and call the cleaning experts, Merry Maids, to get your free estimate. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. So relax, it's done.
It's Click It RV's 4th annual Family RV Sales Event, April 24th through the 27th. Get amazing discount prices from manufacturers from across the country, like Grand Design, StarCraft, and more. And get $2,500 over NADA for your trade. There's amazing financing with nothing down, low rates, and no payments for 90 days. And talk about giveaways. Win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash. There's free refreshments and games for the whole family. And just for fun, dunk your salesman in the dunk tank. So beat the coming tariffs and don't miss the 4th annual Family RV event at Click It RV, April 24th through the 27th.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
13th District State Representative Tom Dent was on hand Monday as 3 of his bills were signed into law by Governor Bob Ferguson. The Moses Lake lawmakers sponsored legislation to improve Washington's pesticide safety, create a workshop to study the shortage of large animal veterinarians in the state, and allow small airports to pay for improvement projects using local real estate excise taxes. All those bills passed the legislature with bipartisan support. Dent referred to them as, quote, common sense laws that work for the people. The state has settled a long-running investigation into a Central Washington orcharding company. King Fuji Ranch, which farms apples and grapes in the Mattawa area, will pay $180,000 to Attorney General Nick Brown's office and reform its hiring practices. The state had been investigating King Fuji since 2018 for alleged violations of the H-2A visa program. That program allows companies to hire immigrant laborers under a special visa when it can prove a shortage of local workers. The state alleged that King Fuji used H-2A workers instead of willing local employees. The agreement filed in Benton County Court requires the farm to cease displacing local farm workers and adopt new policies to inform employees of their rights. The Eastmont High School Jazz Choir is celebrating a first-place win from Saturday's Jazz Unlimited competition in Pasco. Jazz Unlimited is hosted by the Columbia Basin College Music Department and brings 4,500 students from high school and middle school concert bands, concert choirs, and jazz choirs. Students from Washington, Oregon, and Idaho join in and attend clinics and concerts and hear from special guests. Along with Eastmont's division win, students Isabella Orr and Tia Turner received Outstanding Soloist Awards. On competition day, half of Eastmont's performers headed home for the school production of Big Fish, while the remaining students stayed behind to accept the award and perform in an evening of a cappella concerts. Coming up next, lawmakers in Olympia are taking big steps towards passing a tax package to close a multi-billion-dollar deficit. What that means for you in tonight's feature story. Unseasonably warm weather arrives tomorrow with temperatures into the 70s by Thursday. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
It's Click It RV's 4th annual Family RV Sales Event, April 24th through the 27th. Get amazing discount prices from manufacturers from across the country, like Grand Design, StarCraft, and more. And get $2,500 over NADA for your trade. There's amazing financing with nothing down, low rates, and no payments for 90 days. And talk about giveaways. Win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash. There's free refreshments and games for the whole family. And just for fun, dunk your salesman in the dunk tank. So beat the coming tariffs and don't miss the 4th annual Family RV event at Click It RV, April 24th through the 27th.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Celebrate Apple Blossom with the Technoplex Youth Parade, Saturday, April 26th at 11 a.m. on the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington, Boswell's Home Furnishings, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Merry Maids, Together for Youth, and the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. It's the Technoplex Youth Parade, Saturday, April 26th on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
In tonight's feature story, lawmakers in Olympia are taking big steps towards passing a tax package to close a multi-billion-dollar deficit. But one tax increase appears to be off the table. Murrow News fellow Albert James has the latest developments on the tax fight in the legislature and new reaction from Governor Ferguson.
It's crunch time for legislators as they have less than 1 week to pass a balanced budget. On Saturday, the Senate passed a handful of revenue proposals, including an increase to capital gains and estate taxes, removing certain tax preferences, and extending the sales tax to computer-related services. Democratic senators supporting the bills reiterated their argument that new revenue is needed to maintain crucial state services.
We have to modernize the tax code to keep up with the economy, so we have the resources we need to provide for public schools, health care, public safety, and the key services to protect our most vulnerable residents.
Republicans, however, have long said that tax increases on businesses and wealthy individuals will be passed down onto working people and ultimately harm the economy.
We are sending an unmistakable signal to folks who are interested in investing and building our economy to create an economy that raises everybody's boats, Mr. President, that you're no longer welcome here in Washington.
On Monday, the House was slated to debate increasing business taxes around manufacturing, retail, and other sectors. They were also set to debate a bill around education funding, but as first reported by the Washington State Standard, provisions in the bill to increase the 1% cap on property tax revenue growth was dropped by House Democrats. Speaking with reporters, Governor Ferguson said it was good to abandon the idea.
We have to look at a lot of revenue sources, and I think we need to minimize the impacts on working people in the state. So I think they made the right decision.
Ferguson has been critical of tax proposals from legislative Democrats this session, calling the package currently being advanced unsustainable and too risky, though he says lawmakers are making good progress on bringing in progressive revenue and making government more efficient.
As you might imagine, on something as challenging as a $16 billion budget shortfall, legislators and governors might have different ideas on some of the specifics, but I think we're moving in the right direction to get to a budget that I can sign.
The budget has to be passed out of the legislature by Sunday. The governor says he's hopeful things will end on time, but he's okay with things taking a few more days to get a budget that meets his priorities. At the state capitol in Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic Tuesday. Not a bad one out there weather-wise. A mix of clouds and sun and temperatures about where they should be for this time of year. Beautiful shot looking up valley from our Stein Hill tower camera. And boy, what catches your eye in this shot, all the blooming orchards that you see scattered all over this shot. Just a fantastic time of year to travel into the upper valley or all over North Central Central Washington with everything in bloom. And today, as I mentioned, not a bad one. We got a high temperature unofficially today of 62 degrees, just a couple of degrees below where we should be for this time of year. And boy, our record, how about that? 82 degrees set back in 2012. 39 this morning, so a little bit chilly. Some locations in the mid and even low 30s as you woke up this morning. Won't be quite that chilly as we get into tomorrow morning. 42 is our normal low for this time of year, and our record cold is 30 degrees set in 2008. Sunrise now, 5:59, so that's before 6 a.m., sunset 8:01, and after 8 p.m. So we're getting more and more light as we work our way to June 21st. All right, high temperatures tomorrow are going to be on the rise, and that'll be our trend as we work our way into the end of the week. Near 70 in Moses Lake and Ephrata, Quincy at around 68 degrees. Wenatchee, we will see about 67, 66s for Eniat, Chelan, and up into Omak, and basically mid-60s as well in the Upper Valley. Leavenworth 65 and Kashmir 66, your high temperature tomorrow. For tonight, we expect clear skies thanks to a large area of high pressure out in the Pacific. With those clear skies, once again a little bit chilly. We're talking lows again in the upper 30s, and all of us seeing those crystal clear skies tonight. For your Wednesday, boy, we're going to have a nice couple of days ahead. Sunny tomorrow. We will see warmer high temperatures with readings in the mid to upper 60s by Wednesday afternoon, and it's going up from there as we get you into Thursday. More sunshine as high pressure remains anchored off the coast. We'll see, as I mentioned, warmer high temperatures with readings into the lower 70s, even middle 70s for some locations in the Columbia Basin for Thursday. And then by Friday, our weather will begin to change just a little bit. A trough of low pressure will begin to form, and that'll bring a few clouds into Washington and very, very scattered, isolated showers for Friday. But boy, in the afternoon, still nice with highs around 70. To get our weekend started, expect some breezy conditions right here in central Washington on Saturday. Mostly cloudy skies. Once again, this area of low pressure slowly pushing to the east. We'll see highs just a little bit cooler on Saturday into the mid-60s. And by the time we end our weekend on Sunday, mostly sunny, but yeah, there you have it. More breezy conditions for Sunday afternoon with high temperatures again in the mid-60s. So basically, Saturday and Sunday almost carbon copies of each other this weekend. By Monday, we will see sunny skies. No, not Sunday skies. Sunny skies. Warmer temperatures for Monday with high temperatures right around 70 degrees. Beautiful way to start our next work week. And that's going to warm up from there as we get into the middle of next week as well. All right, overnight tonight, we expect 39 degrees, 67 and sunny Wednesday, more sunshine on Thursday. That will be our warmest day at 73 degrees. And then a few clouds work in on Friday, mostly cloudy. Boy, a 20% chance, if that, of isolated showers on Friday and 70. And here we go, the youth parade on Saturday. And it looks like a mostly cloudy day, so bring a jacket, maybe a little breezy as well on Saturday with a high of 64. More breezy conditions on Sunday and 65. And boy, then just beautiful weather for the first full week of apple blossom. Sunny on Monday with a high temperature of 69. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Celebrate apple blossom with the Stamilk Grand Parade Saturday, May 3rd at 11 a.m. on the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington, Boswell's Home Furnishings, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Merry Maids, Together for Youth, and the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Watch the Stamilk Grand Parade Saturday, May 3rd on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
NCWLIFE's news team is keeping an eye on North Central Washington. Join us each weekday evening at 5, 6, and 10 for the NCWLIFE Evening News, with interviews, in-depth reporting, and the kind of insights you can't find anywhere else. We're the hometown news station for the Wenatchee Valley, the Cascade Foothills, and up and down the Columbia River. Thanks for watching NCW Life, proud to be part of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival.
Celebrate Apple Blossom with a Classy Chassis Parade on Friday, May 2nd at 6 p.m. on the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington, Boswell's Home Furnishings, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Merry Maids, Together for Youth, and the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Watch the Classy Chassis Parade Friday, May 2nd at 6 p.m. on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Happy Tuesday. After winning 4 consecutive series, the Mariners are in Boston to take on the Red Sox. Seattle's fresh off of taking 2 of 3 in Toronto and hope to build on their 12-10 record. Bryce Miller's on the mound on the opener, facing Brian Bellows, making his season debut for the Sox. Boston also 2 games over 500, good enough for second in the American League East behind the Yankees. Today's game's being broadcast on Root Sports Northwest. Only one team was active Monday in the AL West, and that was Houston. Hunter Brown and 2 relievers combined to hit the Blue Jays in a 7-0 victory. Astros improved to 11-11 with the win, 2 games behind Texas in the division. Seattle remains in second place behind the Rangers by a game heading into tonight's action. Well, the Seahawks have been burning the candle at, let's say, 12 ends, preparing for the NFL draft this week. Seahawks general manager and president of football operations John Snyder says it feels much more comfortable this year having the coaching staff firmly in place prior to Thursday's first round.
It's been outstanding, being able to, having the majority of the offensive staff, our new staff haven't been through the process several times at different buildings and organizations has helped as well. But I think everybody just has a better feel for each other naturally. Your Mike and I are constantly evaluating the evaluators, right? So that's coaches, it's scouts, it's doctors, trainers, it's everybody, and it's just a much stronger comfort level.
Seattle has the 18th overall selection in the first round Thursday, but are not expected to use it to address a need on the offensive line. Schneider says the need Seattle has up front is nothing new around the NFL.
I think it's an area of need, yeah, absolutely. I think it's been very well documented throughout the spring. It's also a little bit of a lazy narrative because every team is looking for offensive linemen. We're trying to create guys every single year. We end up finding, it used to be when I started in the league with Ron Wolf, it was like a free agent had to have 3 redeeming qualities. Okay, well now, especially with offensive linemen, you have guys maybe in the 4th round that have 2 redeeming qualities. Tall and long, strong and quick, or whatever. I mean, it's just happened. It's not anything that anybody in football is happy about, to be honest with you. It's an area that hasn't been developed as well as the other side of the ball for one reason or another. And it's really, I think it just fundamentally comes down to if you're gonna be playing football at a young age, you wanna go sack the quarterback and do your sack dance, or do you want to go block for a running back or a quarterback? I mean, I think it comes down to that.
After Thursday, Seattle has 2 picks in the 2nd round, 2 in the 3rd round, single picks in the 4th and 5th rounds, and then 2 more picks in each of the 6th and 7th rounds. A busy prep boys soccer schedule got underway earlier this afternoon. Bridgeport was hosting Tonasket while Omak was at Manson. 6 p.m. games have Ephrata at Toppenish, Quincy's at Sela, Cashmere visits Count of Benton. Cascade is home against Liberty Bell. Later at 7, it's Eastmont at Sunnyside and Moses Lake at West Valley. There were a few softball games played on Monday with Moses Lake blanking Cheney 10-0. Oroville swept Manson 17-10 and 30-22. Wenatchee's playing a doubleheader at Eisenhower today, while Othello is hosting Ephrata. Single games on the schedule find Chelan in Omak. Tonasket is hosting Bridgeport. Lake Roosevelt plays at Okanagan. Liberty Bell is hosting Brewster, and Moses Lake is on the road at Mount Si. Manson edged Oroville in baseball Monday, 12-11. Eastmont's on the road at Sunnyside today, while Omak is hosting Chelan, and Okanagan is at Lake Roosevelt. Brewster is visiting Liberty Bell. Moses Lake is welcoming Davis, and Quincy plays at Ephrata. Well, sometimes a pair of new shoes and socks and a warm smile can go a long way. The Wenatchee Bighorns were at Mission View Elementary School in Wenatchee today, along with Samaritan's Feet, to give out nearly 500 pairs of shoes and socks. Mission View Principal Jeff Jaggers says it began as a conversation between Bighorns owner Sean Cooprider and his dad, Sandy.
Well, I can say it started about a year and a half ago, walking down the river, talking with Sean and his dad, Sandy. And at that point, we just knew about the Samaritan Project, not knowing that Mission View would be a part of that. And so comes to be it. They chose us. We've been very blessed with a lot of community things going on. And this is just a great example of, Cashmere Valley Bank, Chelan Fresh, Cascade Auto Center, all those they're all here today with us all day long, along with the Bighorns, of course, which is the main attraction for our kiddos. It's been a great day.
I met Sean Cooprider, the owner of the Bighorns, about 18 months ago. He sent in just an info sheet. Hey, would you be willing to serve? And could we work out a situation where you could deliver shoes here? So we worked with them last year at the YMCA. We brought in about 100 shoes just to try it out and see what it was like, and they loved it. So worked with Sean and the organization, as well as several donors who funded this opportunity, and then Jeff here at the school to get shoe sizes, do all the behind the scenes logistics. And so then when we culminates to today, when every single child in this school gets a new pair of athletic shoes, a pair of socks, a hope tote, a hope note, and just hopefully some inspiration for the future.
Oh, they're having fun. I mean, you can see right there, they're in there having a lot of fun with the kids. They've been everywhere. They've been to Vale Elementary. They've tried to go to the Y and help out there. They've been helping at the food banks. And this is kind of our pledge as a Bighorns organization, that we want to give back to the community, and some of the events that we've done, from going to the Chelan County Fair and the Waterville Fair, and we were in the Apple Blossom last year and on the Youth Day. We're just trying to show that we have some really good people on this team, and they can do some good things in this community.
We live in this valley, particularly Mission View. A lot of other schools the same way, low income. And these kids are in dire need of things like this, and they're happy campers right now.
We say it's not really about the shoes, it's how we make these kids feel and showing them love and respect. And we also have a dream banner in there, trying to encourage them, you can be whatever you want to be. And they see these bigger than life athletes, and even some of the individuals that are serving, just to have that conversation with them and look them in the eye and just let them know you are special, you are loved, and there's big plans for you. And just, try and encourage them to dream big, because they won't probably remember their shoes, but they'll remember how they felt on this day.
In all, 476 children will receive a free pair of shoes and socks through the Samaritan's Feet program. If you'd like to help future giveaways, find them on the web at SamaritansFeet.org. Great program earlier today. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Tuesday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.